Hey everyone, welcome to MTF Story. Today I am going to share with you my journey to feminization part 2. My heart sunk and my feet seemed glued to the floor when I understood that the girls wanted me out on the sales floor to model for them. I clutched the curtains together as I peered over the top. My worst fears were confirmed. The group was gathered in front of a mirror behind a small platform. I was quickly pulled from the safety of the dressing area and propelled up on the platform. A few whistles from the store were the final humiliation, I thought. "Anne, you forgot the forms," I heard. Almost immediately, I felt hands opening my bra. I opened my eyes for the first time as Ashley strode forward and studied my chest. She hesitated only a second before taking out a marker and putting 2 small marks on my chest. Almost immediately, I felt something being pressed against my chest. I felt cold, wet, and sticky. Firm hands held 2 forms to my chest for several minutes. When the hands were withdrawn, I felt weight pulling on my skin. I looked down to see my breasts. More hands returned, and my bra was once again covering my chest. More importantly, it provided support to help hold up my breasts. I never heard the comments from the group and barely recognized it when I was handed another bra and panty set to model. I lost count of the number of trips I made back and forth to my little perch in the store. I also lost count of the number of witnesses to my spectacle. I know that there were several camera flashes over the course of the next hour. I was back in my cubicle when Ashley told me that I had to hurry if I was going to make my next appointment. She handed me a miracle bra in taupe watercolor and a matching Second Skin satin classic bikini panty. I asked about removing my breasts and was told that Suzanne would take care of that when we met later. I emerged wearing my white cotton polo that was being stretched by my new shape. My pants fit okay, but my shoes seemed to have disappeared sometime during the show. Luckily, Jasmine found a pair of open-toed sandals with a 1-inch heel that fit fairly well. Ashley handed me an envelope, a bag, and my credit card receipt. I opened the envelope and read, "Tina, I'm so proud of you. You've successfully completed the first task, but really need to hurry if you are going to get to Gigi's on time. Just go down Powell and you can't miss it. Love, Suzanne." Ashley sprayed me with Dream Angel's Halo perfume and placed the bottle in my bag. She wished me well as I was pushed out the door. As I shuffled down the street in the strange shoes with my breasts bouncing, I was a constant deep red from embarrassment. Several people pointed and a few laughed, but luckily, no one stopped me. My head swung from side to side as I went down the street looking for Gigi's. Though the distance was relatively short, it seemed like the longest walk of my life. The stares, the muffled comments, and the laughs from everyone. I prayed that the sidewalk would open up and swallow me to end this torment. Again, I questioned my desire and motivation. Was Suzanne worth all this? My heart cried out with a resounding yes. Almost everyone on the sidewalk stared at the guy with breasts approaching. Those that didn't stare as I approached turned to look as they got a whiff of my perfume. About 4 blocks down, I saw it across the street, Gigi's salon. A delivery truck driver made a cat call as I crossed in front of him. I quickly made my way back up the street to the door of the salon. Taking a deep breath, I entered, dreading what I was sure was coming. "Sue, your noon appointment is here," called out the bleached blonde receptionist with overdone makeup. She tried unsuccessfully to suppress a laugh as she complimented me on my cute bra. Devastated, I looked down to confirm my worst fears. My bra was clearly visible through the white shirt. "Don't worry, honey. It happens to all us girls," she said. "Next time, you'll think about your entire outfit when you get dressed. Now run on back and change into a smock, then come back up here to discuss your makeover with Sue." I started to protest but stopped when Jerry, according to her name tag, held up the now easily recognized envelope addressed to Tina. She started to rip the envelope as she said, "Too bad, Tina. I really thought you'd make it past this stage. Now, if you promise to cooperate, I'll overlook this violation of the rules. But only this once. What's it going to be?" My mind screamed out for me to resist, to walk away and try to reassemble my shattered dignity. But I'd never see Suzanne. Was she worth everything I was being asked to endure? My mind shouted go while my heart quietly whispered, "Stay." I followed my heart. Jerry's smug "I told you so" look stayed with me as I meekly walked down the hall. I had a lot of choices in smock spink with rosebuds and pink with rosebuds. I stripped down to my bra and panties and pulled a smock from the stack. 3 quick snaps, and I went back out to meet my fate. Jerry was talking to a striking redhead who she introduced as Sue. Sue guided me over to a couch in the corner for my consultation. She told Jerry to bring me a glass of Chardonnay. "What look do you have in mind?" Sue asked. "I really don't have any particular look," I said, taking the wine from Jerry. I took several sips as Sue outlined the planned activities for the afternoon. Suzanne had requested the works: hair, nails, and waxing. Sue said that she wanted to start with hair color. While the color processed, I'd get my legs, back, stomach, and underarms waxed. Then back to Sue for highlights with a pedicure and manicure at the same time. Sue would then style my hair and send me off to my next assignment. Sue offered several options for my style. Most of the terms she used meant nothing to me, so she started a video program that put me on the screen. Sue briefly explained the concept of video imaging and launched right into the possibilities with my current hair length. Faster and faster images of me in a variety of female styles flashed up on the screen. I don't know if it was the wine or the video, but I was definitely getting dizzy. Suddenly, I felt at peace with this whole adventure. Somehow, I came to realize that deep down inside, I was getting my heart's desire. I was unlocking the woman within who had been imprisoned for all these years. I believed Sue when she said that I'd look great with a short shag. I heard another customer come in as Sue and I went back to the styling chair. "I see the enhanced wine had its usual effect," said the raven-haired beauty who just walked in. "Tina should be most cooperative throughout the rest of the day. There's also been a change in plan. Suzanne wants our new girl to go directly to Midnight Garden for her corset fitting from here. Can you add a makeup session? Suzanne wants the trashy look for clubbing tonight." "I'm sure I can bring out her slutty best," replied Jerry. "We'll have to add an hour to the time, though. Will that work?" "That will be perfect. Here, let me swap instructions with you," said the raven-haired lady as she held out a familiar envelope. The exchange was made, and the raven-haired beauty was gone. Sue guided me through several areas of the salon, explaining the function of each as we went. After what seemed an endless series of left and right turns, we arrived at Sue's chair, right in front of the window. "I'm the featured stylist this month," said Sue. "All my clients get to be part of the show. We find that as people watch us work, we get a lot of inquiries and generate a lot more business. Most of my clients love the showbiz atmosphere here at the window seat. We usually get a little carried away with some very dramatic results. Well, let's get started." Sue discussed various options as a plan crystallized in her mind. A petite brunette named Beth appeared to lead me to the waxing station while Sue went back to mix my color. Another glass of wine helped boost my courage as Beth described the waxing process. Beth opened a door on the right and told me to get undressed and climb up on the table. I hesitated till I realized that Beth had no intention of giving me any privacy. I slowly unsnapped my gown, revealing my bra and panties. "Wow, those are just gorgeous!" Beth exclaimed. I didn't know if she was referring to my breasts or my underwear. I unhooked my bra, slipped out of the panties, and slid up on the table. Beth wasted no time, and very quickly my lower right leg was covered with the sticky wax. Beth applied the cloth, and with a single ripping movement, my inner leg was smooth. I almost jumped off the table. Beth laughed and repeated the ripping process on my outer leg. She quickly and efficiently moved to my left leg, the upper legs, my arms, and stomach, all the while exhorting the benefits and trade-offs of waxing, shaving, electrolysis, and laser removal methods. Beth explained that this was just my first treatment, and that in the future, I would have electrolysis on my face, laser for my arms and torso area, and either waxing or shaving for my legs, underarms, and bikini areas. I rolled over when instructed, and the process began all over again on my legs, back, and arms. "I'm going to do you a big favor," said Sue as she smeared something in the crease of my butt. "I know you don't want to go through the waxing process on these ugly hairs here," she said. "I'm going to use the laser to permanently remove these hairs so they won't spoil your fun later on." Now comes the fun part. Roll over and we'll get started with the underarms and bikini area. Now, I was told that you wanted a Brazilian wax. This is going to sting, but you know the results are worth the pain. That's it for today. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you do, then be sure to subscribe for the next part of this story.